Good afternoon, I'm Rhys Wicks with 2 on your RFM Hunter News. Hunter businesses are calling for an overhaul of weekend penalty rates as the Productivity Commission investigates a new class of proposed take-it-or-leave-it enterprise contracts. Under the plan, Sunday rates would be cut between 25 and 75% across the retail, hospitality, fast food and entertainment industries, bringing them into line with Saturday pay. Frontline Hobbies Managing Director Colin Scott says it's about consistency for regional business.
We could offer more hours to more people. It would increase employment with Sunday penalties of double time, as opposed to a Saturday. It would cost my business, almost $50,000 more. That could be redirected to more jobs.
But Assistant Secretary of the Shop, Distributive and Allied Employees Association Newcastle branch, David Bliss, says it's shortchanging workers who rely on penalty rates to get by.
This would have a devastating impact on the take-home pay of people in the industries which we represent, being retail and fast food. Rates would be reduced down to 25%, meaning that many people in those industries would have to either find more work, pick up a second or a third job, or alternatively become more dependent upon welfare, which is not in anyone's interests.
A man has been committed to stand trial for an alleged road rage murder near Newcastle. 23-year-old Kane Jeffrey Jones is accused of murdering 56-year-old Graham Wilton at Mannering Park in 2013. Jones will front the Supreme Court for arraignment on September 11. Concerns are being raised for residents living along Nelson Bay Road, with an application in the works to increase the number of trucks which use the road by 200%. Mackay's Sand, the company owned by Port Stephens Mayor Bruce Mackenzie, is seeking to increase hourly truck movements from 16 to 48. Resident Sarah Buman says the trucks are already having a negative impact on her family.
Basically, they wake you up at 5 in the morning. It's upsetting, my children are being woken up, I'm being woken. It's noisy, it's affecting our lifestyle. We're not getting the sleep that we used to get. It's not very nice.
The Property Council of Australia is encouraging Hunter residents to make Newcastle the best regional city in the world. Local members have just returned from a 10-day trip around North America to learn about turning post-industrial land into more livable spaces. New South Wales Regional Director Andrew Fletcher says Newcastle could benefit from similar revitalisation.
The one thing that all these cities had in common was that their economies had changed over time, and they've been left with post-industrial land, predominantly railway lands or old railway corridors that were now disused, obsolete. They were unsafe, they were unattractive, and the cities really needed to repurpose those lands and find a new use for them.
Newcastle City Council's bulk waste collections are currently running 2 to 3 days behind schedule. Staff shortfalls from illness are said to be an issue, but residents are being advised to leave their booked curbside bulk waste in place, as it will be collected as soon as possible. Council is apologising for the inconvenience.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Newcastle Knights ranks are set for a reshuffle ahead of Sunday's Indigenous round blockbuster against the Roosters. Strike forward Tarek Sims is back from his week off with a niggling shoulder, while prop David Fa'alongo makes his return from a neck injury. Cade Snowden will continue to be monitored after suffering a concussion, with Aku Uate and James McManus undergoing assessment later in the week. Sims says they need to pull out all the stops to dodge the wooden spoon.
I don't know how the other boys are thinking, but obviously disappointing being stuck on a ladder for our fans and our members.
Jets star Ben Kantarovski is once again preparing to test his wares on the field today, almost 3 months since undergoing double groin surgery. The midfielder will join a pre-season joust against the Mariners this afternoon in a closed-door training hit-out at Central Coast Stadium. And the Edgeworth Eagles have gone down fighting in the FFA Cup after conceding an injury-time free kick to post a nail-biting 2-1 loss to Melbourne City. That's Sport. I'm Belinda de las Heras.
2 and RFM News Time is 10 past 12.